El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. I'm sure I was one of hundreds who texted you or reached out and just said, genuinely inspiring.
Yeah.
You guys had us. And I am asking because I want to know, as far as in the moment, did you feel like everyone in the world, you remember Jim Ross, he used to say,
Sure.
The world's watching.
Yeah.
Did you feel that everyone was watching? Did you know something magical was happening?
By the end, I knew. Going into it, I had high hopes.
Dude, hey, that's a good answer, by the way. Cheers.
Yeah.
By the end, I knew. Getting Chad, baby.
Cheers.
Chad is here, dude.
Going into it, I had high expectations,
Yeah.
but I can certainly say it delivered beyond those.
Yeah.
I went to art school, and like we were always taught, like you can have like critical acclaim, or you can have commercial success. You don't really always get everything. You can't always have it all.
Yeah.
Very few people get that. We're talking like Scorsese and people like that direct these epic movies. So to have that kind of match where it was not only critically, but it was praised by everybody I talked to, and like to a point where it made me uncomfortable. Like I don't seek that kind of thing, but I talked to so many people, and then they would talk to me in person, and I would be like sweating because I'm like, I can't deal with this. It's like too much. People were being so complimentary, but it was nice to hear it from my peers, the people that I value their opinions and seek their respect, above all else.
Yeah.
And to hear some of my peers say that match reminded them what they love about wrestling and what made them fall in love with it was just one of the most like humbling and just like gratifying things to hear about it all. So
I heard the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, say one time, the good stuff.
yeah.
And we, because of the performative nature of what we do, we're going to always tell you it's the good stuff. And we might be close, we might be right, but then there's those that are undeniably the good stuff.
Right.
And this was the good stuff. You said you knew by the end.
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned art school, which I want to ask about. Howard Fine, my acting coach, he literally used to say, the door to commercial success is this wide, guys. The door to artistic success is, and to do them both.
Sure.
And if you saw Harrison Ford recently, his speech about being able to make entertainment and make a living at the same time, to make art, to do them all is probably the most difficult thing.
Sure.
And you guys, you did it. Here's something I noticed about it, okay?
Okay.
I have followed AAA for a long time. And now that The Undertaker is involved with AAA, it's even more available, especially working at WWE, seeing it more frequently. And it's a partner.
Sure.
And Borash, we're going to talk about them all, the JB, the whole deal. But I still didn't know all the nuances and the characters and everyone involved in this. There's run-ins, and yet I was so excited at everything. I was popping for things that if you had asked me, like, who's that? I don't know. These people are losing their mind, which is the good stuff. But why did you feel like at the end? Did you get through? I get to a place in matches where I don't know if you're like this, but I get to a place in matches where I'll tell myself one more thing, just can't F this one thing up.
Yep.
And we're good. We're home.
Yeah.
We're home. Was that the feeling?
It was close to that. I think it was more, there was a moment right towards the end, and we were there. We were there. The rest was cakewalk.
Yeah.
And I saw the blood dripping down from my head, and I looked around at the mat, and it was just soaked. And I heard the people, and there was that quiet, almost quiet calm that they were ready for it.
Yeah.
They were ready for the crescendo. And when I felt that, it was like, we did it. We're there. We created the magic that like so many people have told me about over the years that's possible to create, and that I've experienced as a fan, as a young kid. Like, we did it. We made it. It was just that moment. It was almost like a quiet, serene.
Sure.
It's here.
You were in it.
Yeah, we were in it.
You were in the eye of the hurricane there too.
Yeah.
It's all happening around you. It's funny you mentioned seeing the blood I don't think people realize that all wrestlers, for the most part, are psychopaths, and all wrestlers, for the most part, like a little blood from time to time. The first time, are you familiar with a wrestler named Daivari?
Yes.
Okay, the wrestler named Daivari, who's also a producer for us.
Yes.
Really jacked, by the way. Yeah.
Major jack.
Yeah, what's going on, you know?
He's got it figured out, man, because he seems so chilled out all the time, and he's just like, just jacked and looks great all the time.
I think on some of the run-ins, he's trying to get that jacket off.
Yeah.
Just for people to see, like, look at me.
Puts a little tighter shirt on those
Yeah,
nights.
a little, yeah.
Yeah, I know that deal.
He first match I had at WWE was on my birthday on a live event. This is before a TV debut, and he was very good as a dancing partner goes, and would become great, especially when I needed him. And once TV started for me, he was one of the only guys who wanted to help.
Oh wow!
He, though, that first night maybe not so helpful. He shot me off, and I made the mistake of, he said, as he shot me off, so he's shooting me towards the ropes is what I mean. He said, blah, 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 blah. And that means if you didn't hear it, don't keep running.
Okay.
Hang on to the ropes. Don't just run in. I didn't hear what he said, which I believe what he said is back elbow, because I ran right into his back elbow. And I had a full-blown Harry Potter-sized scar, flap of skin, blood everywhere. And this is my first live event with WWE on the main roster.
Oh, wow.
And I remember looking down, same way you were looking down and thinking, it's cool. But then realizing as I pulled my head up and I saw it squirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not cool. And Mike Chioda is like, we got to go home. And this is my first, I'm like, what? My yellow boots were hand-me-down boots from my dad. And oh my gosh, but it was that moment. Wrestlers are gluttons for that punishment. Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You're pretty not psycho. Went to school, lived a life. I'd say we like to really credit and throw praise up to the family men.
Thank you.
You are a all-time family man.
Thank you.
Those kids have been in the front row.
Yeah.
Wifey always there. You're just doing it all.
They tag along, man. They love it. They're part of the whole story. You know, that's all my kids have ever known me as. You know, I was already on the main roster by the time I had my first kid.
Yeah.
So it's cool in a sense that they don't look at it as that big of a deal, I guess, as some kids might, you know, if their dad were a WWE wrestler. To them, you know, they could take it or leave it some nights. They don't watch at home. They love going to the shows, but they're not obsessed with it. They never really talk to me about WWE. It's just I'm dad, you know, and I like it that way at home. But they're my life, man. That's it.
How long have you and your wife been married?
We've been married 12 years.
Yeah.
And we've been together over 20. We've been together since we were she was a sophomore in high school. I was a junior.
High school sweethearts.
High school
I
sweethearts.
think it might be a first time on the show.
Yeah.
High school sweethearts. That's big. What's the secret to that success?
It's a good question. Communication.
Yeah.
I think it's just honest and open communication.
This podcast has gone further than I thought it was going to.
We're
we were just
deep,
talking
man.
wrestling,
We're
and it got
deep.
deep. We should have beat around the bush a little bit. You know? Now I'm asking like, oh, we're deep in this.